And for more now, we're joined again tonight by Alice Hahn, who's the director of the macroeconomic and geopolitical advisory firm Greenmantle. Alice, good to have you back. President Trump is set to meet with China's President Xi soon, their first face-to-face meeting in 6 years. Is it an understatement to say the global economy hangs in the balance?
No, I would completely agree with you, Lindsay, and I like the word monumental that you used. I think this is going to be one of the most important meetings of this year, politically for both countries and the rest of the world. Top of mind, I think, will be the fentanyl-related tariffs. There are signals already that they may be reduced by 10%. Next is the soybeans issue, where China seems to already be making some concessions through 2 to 3 cargoes that they've already committed. The third item is rare earths, where I suspect there will be an extension on some of the export controls from China. And the fourth, I think that probably the biggest issue right now is going to be the chips. Will America reduce the export controls, especially for high grade chips like the Blackwells? I think that that is top of mind because it's going to have huge ramifications for China's competitiveness in technology and AI. I think it's not a coincidence that we've got Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, there with Trump in Korea. That's going to be what I'm watching.
Are you all surprised that after months of threats, reciprocal tariffs, and with trade deadlines being extended, that so much will come down to a meeting between these two presidents?
It's very clear for both leaders that personality really matters. And my sense is that Trump really wants to have good personal relations with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. He seems to be in deal-making mode, fresh off of, I think, a diplomatic victory that he perceives in Japan. So I think that what is going to be crucial is the two of them meeting and setting a more positive tone. That is what happened in the previous Trump administration to end the first trade war. In Argentina, if you recall, in the G20. This, I think, is going to be another monumental meeting that will, as Trump and Besson and the rest of the team seem to allude, set a framework for ultimately the second trade deal that we'll see in the second Trump administration.
In her reporting, Rachel Scott mentioned some of the issues that could be part of any deal: tariffs, rare earth minerals, soybeans, and fentanyl. But what about the other huge outstanding issues between the two superpowers, issues like Taiwan, TikTok, and Russia?
Well, firstly, I think TikTok is baked into the cake. I think ultimately a deal has been set that China believes is agreeable to them. The Chinese believe that they don't have to concede much because ultimately TikTok hasn't been sold according to the framework of the deal. I think that that is very much going to happen. I'm less sure about Taiwan and Russia-Ukraine. On the Russia-Ukraine front, I don't think the Chinese want to have that being a line item in negotiations right now. They certainly do not want to sacrifice their ironclad relationship with Moscow in any kind of a trade-related deal or even a geopolitical-related negotiations with the U.S. On Taiwan, that is going to be, I think, probably the most sticky point. The Chinese have made it very, very clear that, both at the military parade recently and in media statements, that Taiwan is the #1 concern for Beijing. I think over the medium-term horizon, going into 2026, that will come up again as an item of discussion in which Beijing could put pressure on Washington to commit to opposing Taiwanese independence. But I think right now the priorities for both sides, including Beijing, are to A, reduce tariff-related tensions, and B, reduce tensions related to the export controls on rare earths for the Chinese side and on chips for the American side.
Alice Hahn, we thank you so much for your time and insight. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lindsay.